ministers, and it's great to see 3 ministers here tonight, which I think is very important. Minister, affordable housing and social housing are more important now than ever. Can you outline for me the status of the progression of the social housing developments in County Carlow? Thank you.
Deputy Murnane O'Connor joined Minister O'Brien and myself at visiting what is always a positive day, the opening of 3 wonderful housing projects in Castlecomer and Kilkenny City last week, and it's just so uplifting to hand keys over to families, new tenants in really high quality A2 rated, highly efficient and really well designed homes, and that's what we are attempting to achieve and will achieve with Housing for All. Increasing the supply of social and affordable homes is a priority for this government, as shown clearly in the new Housing for All strategy. Following the recent launch of the strategy, we have last week issued social housing targets to all local authority chief executives for the 5 years from 2022 to 26. Of the national target of over 50,000 new social homes, Minister O'Brien is asking Carlow County Council to deliver 464 of those over those years through their own projects and also working with housing associations. I want to acknowledge that Carlow County Council, with good support from public representatives, has always delivered well in their social housing targets to date. They have a solid pipeline of new projects in place, and I'm keen that they advance these as speedily as possible. New social housing projects are already on site in areas such as Tapplestown in Carlow Town, Ballycmoiler in Graiguecullen, and while I hope to see others, such as the 22 homes planned for Glennabarrow and Banglestown, move through planning and procurement as soon as possible and start on site. Under Housing for All, the funding is in place to support Carlow County Council and indeed all the councils and the housing associations to get these housing projects built.
Thank you, and thank you, Minister. And I was delighted to meet yourself and Minister Darragh O'Brien in Castlecomer last week, and I do welcome the fact that you have given targets to local authorities in Carlow for the 464, but there is just concerns I have, Minister. One of them is to do with the HAP. To apply to go on the local authority housing list. As I said to you before, Carlow's cap and ceiling, as they say, is too low. But secondly, in fairness, the Simon communities are saying that HAP isn't the answer to our problems, and I do agree with that in the sense of, while I welcome the AHPs, and I do really welcome them, and the fact that we are now looking at affordable housing to all local authorities, because Carlow don't have any. But we need to address these issues as quick as possible. And one of the issues that I want to address is, and I've got 3 of them tonight to give to you, but I'm working with people recently that are, say for example, that are on the Carlow County Council local authority list, and they now want to maybe move to Laois local authority or maybe Kildare County Council. If they go to another local authority list, they lose their years on Carlow County Council housing list. Now that's unacceptable. So what I'm asking you, these changes are easy enough to do. Can you, Minister, put something in this Housing for All that if someone wants to go from one local authority housing list to another, that they don't lose their place on the housing list?
I suppose just to state in terms of the social housing pipeline for Carlow, to respond to the Deputy's question, the construction status report for Q1 of 2021 showed 13 projects to deliver 229 social homes were either at design or planning stage or on site in Carlow, and details of these projects are available on the construction status report. Just to say too that there has been some impact around COVID, and that has meant some restrictions from construction activity from the 8th of January to 12th of April this year. However, the restrictions did allow for designated social housing projects scheduled for completion by April 30 to continue, and 10 projects delivering 140 new social homes continued construction under the designations in County Carlow. And again, we'll take up that issue as raised by Deputy O'Connor in relation to moving to different county local authority housing lists.
Thank you, Minister. And just to say that last week I brought my first bill to the Dáil, which is that people who apply to go on the local authority housing list, they only wait 3 weeks, because at the moment there's 31 local authorities and we never know how long it's going to be, so it could be information sent coming and going. So that's my bill going forward. It has got the support of the PP. The other thing I want to ask you about is, and this is a huge issue, Every day I have people coming into my clinics, maybe through no fault of their own, they've separated. But once their name is on a mortgage or a house, they cannot qualify to go back on another housing list or to qualify for supports. I'm asking you to address these urgently. The other thing is, I just want to thank Minister Darragh O'Brien. I have working on a huge project with Carlow Town Council to do with a big housing project in Carlow Town. It's in an area where there's a lot of housing, and there's a lot of houses there that need support, and they've never had services. So this is a local community house that will serve thousands of houses and give them the services that they need. I want to thank the Minister for sending down his officials from the department next week. So look, I just want to say to everyone, everyone's doing their best, and I know we can deliver. Thank you.
Good morning, Deputy. And I just specifically, the short time I've left, just in relation to the community centre hub at Tulla Road in Carlow Town, and I think that she made a valid point that the community hub could accommodate over 2,000 houses on the Tulla Road. It is a vital amenity for the community and will provide a lifeline for the children in the community alike. The land is owned by Carlow County Council, and such the particular project is being led by Carlow County Council, as there was seen necessity for this project to service the community. The estimated cost of the hub is €2.5 million. Funding for such a hub would not be provided under the housing capital budget, especially when there's no new housing being developed in that area. However, given that the issue has been raised, we plan to visit Carlow Town to look at the area and to consider any options when the local authority and when we get an opportunity to. And just to state too that, in relation to housing for all, one key component of it is creating sustainable communities. So a project like this is something that deserves worthy consideration.